10 Craziest Stories of Plastic Surgery Obsessions. Number 10. The Human Ken Doll. Allow me to introduce Barbie's counterpart made flesh. His name is Rodrigo Aliz, and he has had 47 surgeries so far, carving out his flesh one procedure at a time in order to achieve what he deems perfection. Rodrigo has spent $450,000 so far on his cosmetic complications, which he chooses to call enhancements. Sorry, Ken, baby doll, but all that fake flesh looks ready to peel from where I'm sitting. The 33-year-old Brazilian has also been quoted as revealing that he will never stop striving for the ideal him. The human Ken doll has had butt lifts, injections all over his body, and facial features, liposuctions, and lipo-fat transfers, which sound really gross when you think about it, and a whole bunch of other highly unnecessary, costly procedures in his quest to feel beautiful. However, Ken really should reconsider getting cut again and learn to heed the universe's warnings. Turns out he suffered a near-fatal necrosis after his body rejected his 6th nose job. Come on, Ken, read the signs in front of you and accept that perfection simply does not exist. Short of what we believe it to be, realize that you are always perfect. True beauty lives underneath all that orange painted on tan, not above it. Number 9. Plastic Socialite. Meet Michela Romani, an Italian socialite who began experimenting with plastic surgeries at an early age. An impressionable Michela quickly took a liking to cosmetic enhancements. Even after several botched lip surgeries, collagen injections soon became the socialite's drug of choice. Next, botox, and can you say Botox? The Italian followed suit with several nose, eye, chin, cheek, and breast enhancements. Today, even Michela's own family members have trouble recognizing the girl they grew up with, who now looks more like a cartoon caricature. Number 8. The Dynamic Plastic Duo. This next plastic surgery scenario is a family affair. Janet and Jane Khalif appear to be twin sisters. However, these blonde bombshells are actually mother and daughter. Mother Janet spent nearly $15,000 in a bizarre attempt to appear nearly identical to her 29-year-old daughter. It all started with Mommy Dearest getting dumped by her Spanish boyfriend. Janet, with her tail between her legs, moved back to England, crashing with her daughter. To feel sexier, Janet began buying matching outfits to synchronize with her daughter's attire. The 50-year-old continued her transformation by losing 30 pounds, growing out, straightening, and platinum blonde-dyeing her hair. Again, all based on Jane's looks. When these modest body modifications proved unsubstantial, Janet enlisted the aid of plastic surgery. Her eyelids were redone, her nose reshaped, her breasts lifted, and her lips filled. Talk about the strangest mother-daughter bonding exercise ever. Number 7. Barbie Mom. Nanette Hammond is a 42-year-old Ohio-based mother of 5 who has spent over $500,000 on cosmetic surgery procedures in order to appear more like the famed plastic doll Barbie, and she says she has no plans of stopping until she's 70. 3 breast augmentations boosted her chest to a 28H, and strenuous exercise has shrunk her waist down to 18 inches. But that's not all, folks. There's also Botox injections, lip fillers, and lots of tanning. Nanette received her first Botox injection around the tender age of 27, and she quickly became hooked. The plastic-infused woman has admitted to getting lots of dark looks and snide comments from other parents at her children's school, but she maintains they're just jealous. Number 6. Axl Wilted Rose. Our next contender for Plastic Surgery Hall of the famously messed up, overly done faces is the frontman of Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses were a strange band. They never really fit in anywhere. Too metal for hair metal, and too glamour for metal. Maybe that's what made Axl so confused as he aged. Or more likely, he was desperately attempting to conceal his increasing years, as so many men fall victim to midlife crises. Instead of a new car or hot young model girlfriend, because let's face it, Axl Rose has been there, done that, he chose to go under the knife to avoid feeling like that old guy at the club. I mean, dreadlocks in your 50s are a dead giveaway at attempting to regain lost youth, which, I'm sorry Axl, is gone. Maybe you should have punched fewer fans, smoked less, drank fewer cocktails, and generally acted like an overall nicer person. Maybe karma wouldn't have been so hard on you. Warning, sweet old man of mine, these days you're looking more alien than youthful. Number 5. The King of Plastic. Michael Jackson was once a gorgeously sexy young black man, but after an insane number of plastic procedures, the pop star transformed himself into what appeared to be a bleached alien of some kind. Michael has only admitted to 2 nose jobs, blaming his newly adorned white skin coloring on a rare disease called vitiligo. But come on, Thriller, who do you think you're fooling? One Los Angeles-based plastic surgeon confirmed the rumors, alleging that Michael would visit his cutting board approximately every 2 months. Multiple nose jobs is putting it lightly. Looking at the King of Pop's later images, there's only a sliver of nostrils left. Those cheeks of his seem awfully high. And what about the newly indented cleft chin? Some estimate the actual number of plastic surgeries performed by Michael Jackson may have even tipped the hundreds. Number 4. The Face of Versace. Gah, look at this poor woman. What did she do to herself? Once a promising, beautiful Italian fashion designer, Donatella Francesca Versace is currently the vice president of the Versace company. Think insanely overpriced clothes, high-priced accessories, and ridiculously frivolous real estate embarkments. And oh yeah, she doubles as Queen Koopa in the world of Mario and Luigi. I mean, am I the only one who sees the resemblance? Donatella has been compared to every movie monster you can name, including Golem from Lord of the Rings to Freddy Krueger, after the facial scars all the way to classic monsters like trolls and goblins. But she is really a very sick woman with a sad past. This addiction, gone crazy over the edge, has left her permanently dyed orange skin, swollen, distorted, sunken-in lips, hollowed, blackened eyes, and a startling, skinny figure. Too many facelifts, girl. Too many. Now please, put down the scalpel and back away, slowly. Number 3, the Bride of Frankenstein. Her actual name is Jocelyn Wildenstein, but she has many catcalls online, including Catwoman, the $4 million monster, and the Bride of Wildenstein. Get it, like Bride of Frankenstein? The Grimm fairy tale goes that, as you can clearly see by this striking image from the 1970s, she was once a beautiful maiden who married a ridiculously rich New York City art dealer, who whisked the young beauty away to his castle to live presumably happily ever after. But then, tragedy struck. An evil Russian witch disguised herself as a 21-year-old Russian model, and upon viewing her husband's infidelity, the curse was cast. And so, as the legend tells, no matter how much money the maiden spends cutting up and stretching out her skin, adding toxic, poisonous injections, purchasing plastic amenities, and carving up her flesh, the once beautiful bride will always look ugly in her own reflection. Can true love break the witch's curse? Well, sadly, there is way too much botox in those puffy lips for any princess kiss to get through. Guess this princess will remain forever trapped inside her cursed world of plastic. Number 2, Dead or Alive. Pete Burns is another tragic tale of a plastic surgery obsession gone horribly too far. Pete was the frontman of iconic British pop band Dead or Alive. Their big breakthrough hit, and alas, one-hit wonder, was the catchy tune, "You Spin Me Right Round Baby Like a Record." Pete Burns has admitted that the melody may have gathered notoriety due to the number being a combination of two already popular hits, Little Nell's "See You Round Like a Record" and the musical stylings from "I Wanted Your Love" by Luther Vandross. After a dismal failure to produce any more hit songs, the band disbanded, and Pete appeared to take the fall from stardom hard, as he completely went into hiding, only to re-emerge several years later on the British reality TV show circuit as a woman. Let me state, I support transgendered individuals in doing whatever makes them happy in their own skin, but an addiction is an addiction, and obsession is a dangerous game. Way too many facial and lip injections, cheek implants, nose reshapings, and it's not certain, but the pop diva died at the premature age of 57 after cardiac arrest. Could all those surgeries performed on his flesh and plastic adorning his frail frame have been partially to blame? Number 1, Swedish bombshell Barbie. And now for the coup de grace. Her name is Pixie Fox. She's a 26-year-old aspiring model from Sweden, and she once looked like this. And like her birth name, Pixie is a fan of alterations. After 84,000 euros and 17 plastic surgeries, behold, I give you Swedish bombshell gone way too far Barbie. Let's run down this bizarre path to self-Barbie destruction, shall we? The most startling procedure has to be that teeny tiny waist of hers. In order to achieve a 14-inch waist, it's a miracle she can even walk without toppling over. Pixie had 6 ribs removed, 4 nose jobs, 2 rounds of liposuction, a Brazilian butt lift, I don't even want to know, injection fillers stuffed into her lips and cheeks, and a labiaplasty. The Swede also went from an A-cup bra size to a J-cup after 4 breast augmentation surgeries, though Pixie prefers the term enhancement surgeries. I'm sorry, but I have to disagree. Can we see that before shot again? And now the updated. Thank you. Point hopefully well portrayed. Please, impressionable young girls watching, realize the way you look is beautiful. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and besides, true beauty lies on the inside, not in plastic injections. Just my humble opinion. To each their own. But health-wise, this cannot be good for you or your skin or your poor organs and bones. Doesn't running around become more difficult and painful without ribs? And come on now, a size J? Girl, your back has got to hurt.